There's nothing more satisfying than completing a good video game. All those hours invested in a character feel worthwhile when you reach the finale. Whether happy or sad, it's a kind of closure that we earned while enjoying ourselves. We're not always so lucky though. Sometimes video games don't want to leave us content with the outcome, instead taking a little piece of our soul as the end credits roll before our eyes. Sometimes this is our fault because of the choices we made along the way. Other times, the game goes one step further and gives us multiple endings that are all hard to swallow. Here's our top 5 games where every ending is depressing. Before we begin though, be sure to subscribe to UNILAD Gaming on YouTube and hit the bell to keep updated on when we upload. The Walking Dead Season 1. Telltale's first season of The Walking Dead is a video gaming masterpiece. As Lee Everett, you are tasked with surviving the zombie apocalypse while protecting Clementine, an adorable little girl who has become separated from her parents. Each of the 5 episodes of this game are riddled with decisive moments that get increasingly more difficult to face. How Lee's story plays out is, for the most part, up to you, and that includes how his tale ends. At the end of episode 4, our beloved Lee is bitten by a walker. It's an inevitable moment that's as upsetting as it is unavoidable. This is Lee we're talking about, one of the noblest characters in video gaming if you choose him to be, and you can't save him no matter what you do. In Lee's final moments, you're faced with a horrible decision. Knowing what will happen to him if he is left unchecked, Lee is handcuffed to a radiator and has one last conversation with Clementine. Here, you can decide to leave Lee to succumb to the bite and turn into a mindless monster, or you can ask Clementine to put him out of his misery by shooting him. Seeing the terminally ill Lee is sad enough, but when you see Clementine cry as she fully understands her protector can't go on, is just too much. Whichever choice you make, Lee and Clem don't get the happy ending they truly deserved from this game. Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 is hardly feel good at the best of times, and the 3 available endings don't deviate from that. The player character is sent to Eden's Gate with the task of arresting cult leader Joseph Seed, a man who possesses all the charm of an overly sarcastic tax inspector. It's safe to say that meeting Joseph doesn't end well, regardless of how you handle things. At the end of the game, you can choose to confront Joseph or walk away. The former means fighting against your brainwashed friends before finally apprehending Joseph, only for a nuclear bomb to go off in the distance, making all of your hard work seem pretty damn pointless in the grand scheme of things. If you choose to walk away though, you drive off with your companions but apparently succumb to your own brainwashing. The screen cuts to black and we're left with the harrowing realization that we've seemingly killed our friends. Now, there is a secret ending that's triggered by not arresting Joseph at the beginning of the game. However, if you and your team walk away apparently unscathed, you have to deal with the fact that a violent cultist is now free to carry out his evil doings, totally unopposed. Wow. Far Cry 5, what did I ever do to you? A Way Out. Co-op adventure game A Way Out sees 2 players taking on the roles of Vincent Moretti and Leo Caruso, 2 prisoners who don't intend on staying behind bars much longer. This simple jailbreak plot is the perfect backdrop to the growing bond between our 2 main characters as they become a formidable team, relying on each other all the way. Sadly, this feel-good factor turns soul-destroyingly sour when we discover that Vincent is an undercover cop who used Leo to avenge his dead brother. The game ultimately ends up in an emotionally charged showdown between Vincent and Leo, with both reaching for a gun and only one being able to pull the trigger. Regardless of which character lives to see the end, it's still a horribly sad climax to the game, and ultimately leaves us feeling like there's no good outcome. Life is Strange. The episodic ode to teenage melancholia, Life is Strange offers up a gut-punching endgame choice. As protagonist Max Caulfield, you gain the ability to rewind time after seeing your friend Chloe get tragically murdered by all-round D-bag Nathan Prescott. From here, the game centres around Max trying to save Chloe from death and tragedy, with it never quite working out as you hope. It's fitting then that the end of the game offers up a similarly disheartening scenario. The town you live in, Arcadia Bay, is faced with certain destruction from a storm that wouldn't look out of place in the Old Testament. Max figures out that the inclement weather is the result of her meddling with time, at which point the game inflicts on us an agonising choice. Do you save Arcadia Bay or Chloe? If you save the town, you go right back to the first moment you rewound time and are forced to watch Chloe die for the greater good. If you choose to save Chloe, Arcadia Bay is decimated, leaving Max and Chloe to roam through the desolate remains. Yeah, the Bay or Bay question has no happy answer. Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is not a game for the faint of heart. Playing as James Sunderland, you go to the eerie, eponymous town after receiving a letter from your wife, who's been dead for 3 years. A promising start, right? After enduring a nightmarish experience that will haunt your dreams forever, you arrive at one of several endings. It's no exaggeration to say, none of them are even remotely happy. ranging from a tragic suicide to a hollow victory that will apparently lead to even more despair. There's no sunshine and rainbows within the fog of Silent Hill. Even the leave ending, which is arguably the best one, is still devastating. Yeah, you get a sense of closure, but hearing Mary read out that letter is genuinely heartbreaking.
James, you made me happy.
Sure, you have the two joke endings where a dog is running the town or aliens abduct the main character, but these ones are also pretty depressing when you think about them. Thanks for watching our top 5 games where every ending is depressing. Which games would you like to have seen in our list? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to UNILAD Gaming on YouTube for more videos like this.